Hello Helldivers, we've gotten a few kind of big pieces of news that I really wanted to talk about, so I want to jump right into it, but I do want to always start with disclaimers and spoilers. I am going to be talking about some stuff that was data mined, so if you don't want to hear about data mining, you don't want to hear about the future of Helldivers, you don't want to hear about anything that could spoil some upcoming events that are potentially going to happen but not guaranteed to happen, this is your forewarning. Okay, enough with the spoilers and the warnings, let's talk about it. Number one, some data miners have found some interesting things in the file. As always, there's stuff about the Illuminate's coming, but it seems like this is for real this time, that we might be seeing the Illuminate coming very soon. And with that, they data mined some stuff from Super Earth. Particularly, it looks like we have pulled out some maps that are urban terrain maps. This is something the community's been asking for a little while. The ability to fight in a city or like a closed city environment like Mech Warrior, where you're stomping through the city rather than just these open planets with just sparse buildings here and there. It looks like they have found this in the data files, so it does signify that there might be a chance we need to defend Super Earth, and that would go super well with the Illuminate coming in and invading, and we have to defend Super Earth from them. Putting them together, I think, would be an awesome fan favorite, and I am super hyped to see this if it is true. We have been hyping up the Illuminate for a long time. I'm tired of waiting. I really want to fight them, so I hope this is of things to come. I think this is really good news. I think this is really good data mine, and I'm really hopeful that we're going to get to fight in a city for Super Earth against a new enemy, and I am really hyped for that. The other big news was, of course, that the team was doing an interview for some sort of conference in Korea, and they brought up a few different things that people are interested in. The number one that everyone wants to talk about is crossover potential. They specifically mentioned the Power Rangers, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about it. When the game first came out, of course, everyone wanted a crossover with Warhammer 40k. I love Warhammer, so yes, I wanted that as well. And then, of course, there was a bunch of asking for the dwarves from Deep Rock Galactic to make some sort of cameo or appearance, and that never happened. And the more I thought about it, I'm glad that didn't happen, and I'm a little nervous for some IP contamination. Now, I have a lot of trust in Arrowhead. I have said it before that these guys have done nothing but great by us, so I want to trust in their decisions, and I think they're going to make good decisions, but I am nervous about bringing in crossovers, and here's specifically why. When we got the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Into the Spider-Verse, that was awesome. It was undeniable to see all your favorite heroes in the same spot doing things together was really, really awesome. Undeniable. Fortnite. Yes, the crossovers are cool. Yes, it has been ongoing, and yes, there are so many different things. Smash Brothers, same thing. Seeing all your favorite characters in one area, all fighting together, is a cool feeling, and it works for those IPs. However, in a more recent example, we have Magic the Gathering, which has really fallen off in my opinion, and granted, the internet is an echo chamber, so is it actually as big of a problem as people are saying? Are people leaving in droves like they say they are on Reddit? I don't know the stats for sure. I don't know that there are actually stats that tell you how many people are playing Magic the Gathering. But what I will say in my own personal experience is that I have no interest in playing the card game that once had this rich history and lore, where you can now play as SpongeBob SquarePants and Fallout all in the same universe as the rest of the Magic. It really doesn't mesh. It really doesn't fit well. And I really don't like it. I don't like the idea of, hey, let's play some Magic the Gathering. Okay, I'm gonna be Squidward and you be Frodo and we'll fight. Like, that doesn't feel like Magic the Gathering to me. What made Magic and the lore and all that special has been lost by introducing these other IPs. And I really do have that fear for Helldivers. Especially since one of the collabs they specifically mentioned was collaborating with Blizzard for bringing in the Zerg, which StarCraft has recently had a remaster. StarCraft, of course, was super popular and hasn't had anything new in a while. That would be cool to see, and the Zerg would definitely fit in. But also, Blizzard hasn't exactly been known for making the best decisions lately, and them having their fingers in the pie, I don't know if I like that. And don't get me wrong, I love Warhammer 40k, and I would love to play as like one of the Vet Guard. I would love to get some of the different vehicles from there, from the Warhammer 40k universe, but I do worry about losing some of the lore that we've built and there really has been a lot of lore for this game. They have been slowly building with the community, and one of the best aspects of the community and the game is the fact that they are willing to put into universe things that are happening in real life and conversations, doubts, and all those sort of things. I think a great example of that is in that same recent interview, they were talking about how do they implement the CHAOSDIVERS into the game, and I think that is wonderful. The CHAOSDIVERS came about because there were a lot of people who were giving negative reviews for the games, there was a lot of problems that they had with the game, so they came in and said, let's be CHAOSDIVERS, let's defect from Super Earth, and because that happened to the community in real time, they want to find a way to put it into the game. Now, we could say that the most recent War Bond had some stuff that were references to it, so of course that does satisfy it in one way, but it does seem like they want to add something more to add in this piece of lore that the community has created, and I absolutely love that. Personally, what I would do if I was in charge of it is I would have a mission type like the destroy the radio tower, where you have to go in and touch the terminal and take it down because it's the illegal broadcast. Make it so you can't just shoot it from a long distance like you can with the illegal broadcast, but make it guarded by some Helldivers. Give them a few stratagems. Give us a taste of our own medicine. Could you imagine walking onto a bonus objective to take it down and boom, someone throws a 388 barrage at you? I mean, I definitely can imagine that because it's happened to be my own teammate, but I think it'd be cool to have the CHAOSDIVERS in their own armor using stratagems against us and getting shot at by things like shotguns and things of that nature. I know that there would need to be some balancing because, of course, the Helldivers weapons are super powerful, and it would not be fun to walk up there and get one shot and have an eagle dropped on you all the time, but I think that's the way that they should go, and I think that's what we're going to see, where we might see some enemy Helldivers on a few different missions. A few other exciting announcements that they brought up. They did specifically say that they have plans for a vehicle update coming, and that I don't know how I feel about. I know that there's a lot of people excited for it. There's a lot of people who want like the, the Warthog from Halo. They want to have everyone jump in there. You run around with like a gun on the back and you jump through the dunes, and it does sound cool. The maps aren't overly huge. Like, I definitely can see where if you're on one side of the map, you need to get to the other side of the map, how a vehicle can definitely speed that up, and it's a little less frustrating than especially like if you're in heavy armor like me, and you're just sprinting the entire time and it takes forever. I do understand why people want the vehicles, but I'm worried about them either being way too flimsy and just blowing up and wiping the squad, or getting stuck too easy, or something like the Walker where it's a limited call-in and it only works once or twice and it can get stuck or randomly blow up, or there's a lot of different things that I think could go wrong with it. So I am excited to see what they come up with. I just worry about what exactly they are going to do with it. However, as I've said many times before, I do have a lot of faith in the studio, so if they do give us something, I am certain that it will eventually be balanced and it will be fun, so I don't have those super huge worries. It's not like anything like, oh, if they do this, I'm going to quit, or this is going to be the final straw. I'm just hesitant that the vehicles are going to be exactly what the community wants. The last piece of news that I want to touch on is we did get our Democratic Space Station, and it is awesome. Eagle Storms are one of the coolest things I've seen in the game. That is wicked cool, and they have said they want more player-driven content like that, where players vote on things and it causes changes in the game, and for that, I am super hyped. As I've said, they're really great about implementing our own lore into the world. They're really great about listening to us, so giving us the ability to impact the world, especially if it's going to cause things like Eagle Storms or big planetary-wide changes, or it's going to change the face of the war forever, that is what makes this game so special. So to hear that they want to give us more of that, oh, I'm so hyped for what's to come. So if we get the Illuminate here soon, we get new vehicles, we get crossovers. I'm not super hyped about that, but I'm going to trust in them. I think that we're going to have the best year of Helldivers to come. I know that it's very common for games where they come out, they drop off, they get the core player bases, and then they don't get like revitalized until there's like an expansion coming out. I think year 2 of Helldivers 2 is going to be even better than the first. If I missed anything, leave it down in the comments below. Tell me what you're most excited for and what crossover you want to see. And as always, have a blessed day.